Before we start the dinner tonight, can I say two things? First of all, I'm Megan Crawford, and a long time ago I was the chair of BELMAS. And if you're from Saskatoon, could you come and see me afterwards? If your supervisor of your PhD is Dr. Paul Newton, thank you very much. That's just an announcement while I was here. But I'm actually here to present the BELMAS Distinguished Service Award. The BELMAS Distinguished Service Award is awarded to members of our community who over time have given both to BELMAS and to the academic field of educational leadership and management. And I'm delighted to be the chair of the Distinguished Service Award Committee. Some people say, why has so-and-so never got the BELMAS Distinguished Service Award? Happened to me a lot. People said, why has so-and-so not got this award? The answer is, somebody never nominated them. You know, if you think someone needs nominating, when the office sends out the note, nominate them, because it won't happen by osmosis. So if you think there's someone who is suitable, and it goes to the committee and we have a discussion. So please nominate next year when the call goes out. So the Distinguished Service Award this year, I'm delighted to introduce virtually, on the screen in a minute, I hope, Kay Fuller, who is going to tell us all about this year's nominee.
Hello, Saida. Hello, BELMAS members, wherever you are. Hello, Megan. I am Dr. Kay Fuller, Associate Professor of Educational Leadership at the University of Nottingham. Dr. Victoria Shawambi and Dr. Ponso Marusi have also recorded messages for this presentation. Together, we wanted to nominate you, our friend and colleague, Dr. Saida Shah, for the BELMAS Distinguished Service Award. We believe your distinguished record meets the criteria for the award in a number of ways. I want to begin with your active involvement in BELMAS. Since 2004, you have been a regular BELMAS conference attendee, presenting papers, acting as chair and discussant, welcoming and encouraging new delegates and engaging in scholarly discussion. Indeed, I recall meeting you at my second BELMAS conference at Sheffield at the Holiday Inn in 2009. You told me about the Developing Women Leading Education Across Continents network, of which you are a founding member. Since then, we have all joined WLE, and we have co-founded the Gender and Leadership Rig as a result. BELMAS has supported our work. Once we started to collect nominations, we found copious evidence of your distinguished record of teaching and practice of leadership. Your former colleagues at the University of Leicester have given testimony to that. You have a distinguished record of research and publication. I have very much enjoyed and learned from your research and scholarship. In one of my most recent publications, I recognise your challenge to Western-centric theories of educational leadership, but also how your work spans contexts where Muslims are in the majority and minority in Islamic and non-faith schools in England, as well as in Pakistan and Malaysia, of course. There is tremendous breadth in your focus on leaders and leadership, teachers and teaching, learners and learning. Your numerous funded research projects, for example by the British Academy, British Council and Department for Education Pakistan, have resulted in 4 books, 37 journal articles and 15 book chapters. Your groundbreaking work, Education, Leadership and Islam, published as a book in 2016, theorises Islamic leadership and can be seen influencing a growing body of work internationally. I want to end by saying something to your active public service related to educational leadership. You have been active in human rights leadership, including with the UNHRC. You received the Global Award from Opportunity Now for your international work, the Lifetime Achievement Award from the University of Leicester, and the Inspiration Women Award for your Leadership for Equity work. It is clear to us that you are a strong candidate for the BELMAS Distinguished Service Award. We are delighted to nominate you.
Thank you very much, Kay. And as the chair of the panel, I say we absolutely could see everything that Kay has just talked about in the information we received. So I'd like to invite Saida to come up and receive the award.
the recorded thing.
You don't
will
have to, but if you want to.
Hi, everybody. Thank you to Kay. I think there was considerable exaggeration, except some factual things. But thank you to BELMAS. Thank you to the committee which decided the award giving. And thank you to all the colleagues who have supported it. It's a pleasure, certainly. Surprise also, but I'm glad really that I have been awarded this, and I hope that my colleagues will not be disappointed in my future work. I still continue to keep working and keep writing because this is my passion. So thanks again, everybody.
Okay, before we finish, I'd like to invite Victoria. I can't see to come up. She's not here? Oh, you're there. Would you like to? And Ponso, come to the front.
Well, we're going to start by congratulating our dear colleague Saida for that award. Indeed, we share everything that Kay Fuller has said. But in addition to that, we have tons and tons of letters here that people have written about Saida's work. And because there are many letters, we have 16 letters in all, and they are long letters. I could try and ask people to, by show of hands, if you would like me to read them. I would be happy to, but we thought that for tonight, what we will do is just to acknowledge the colleagues who have written the letters. And so what we will do, instead of reading the letters, we will just mention the colleagues by name and where they are. And I believe that the letters will be in Saida's pack that she can read at her leisure, right? Does everybody agree? Yeah, I thought so. So the first letter was written, of course, by Dr. Kay Fuller, who is based at the University of Nottingham as an associate professor. The second letter is written by Professor Khalid Ara, who is at the College of Education, Texas State University in the United States. The third letter was written by Professor Jill Blackmore, who is at Deakin University in Australia. The fourth letter is written by Dr. Melanie Brooks, who is at Monash University in Australia. And the fifth letter is written by Dr. Marianne Coleman, who is Reader Emerita at UCL, University College London, in the United Kingdom. And the next letter, I've forgotten, lost count, is written by Professor Margaret Grogan, who is at Chapman University in the United States. And the last letter on my pack is written by Professor Jackie Lambie, who is Emeritus Professor at Southampton University. And the other letter that I almost skipped is written by Dr. Wahid Hamad, who is at Sultan Qaboos University in Oman. And the last but not least is a letter written by a certain Dr. Ponso Morosi, who's at the University of Warwick in the United Kingdom. Now, the next 16 letters, will be read by Victoria.
Right, okay, thank you very much, Ponso. So, yes, Saida, congratulations. Really lovely to know that you got this award, known you for quite a while, and we've done a lot of conferences together and spent a lot of time in Pakistan together as well. So I've got Professor Andrew Townsend, who's at the University of Nottingham in the UK. I've got Howard Stevenson, who's also a professor in education in the University of Nottingham, who's in the UK as well. I have Emeritus Professor Jill Spirado, and who's at Lee University in the US. I've also got a retired provost and full professor, Helen Stolfhart, and she's based in the US. We've also got somebody by the name of Victoria Shrumney, who is at the UCL and is based in the UK. We've got Professor Cheryl Shakeshaft, who is a professor in Virginia, in Maryland, and the US. We've got Miriam Ryap, who's Director of Research and Marketing at the British Council. And finally, we have your dear friend Professor David Pedler, who is based in the Middle East. So that's the kind of letters with the people which have put their support for you, and that's 16 which we got. So that's a good range of people. And you will have those letters, as Ponso said. Thank you very much. Congratulations again.
You want to start? Hi, I'm Carolyn Shields. I'm the Vice President and President-elect of CCEAM, and this is my boss, Paul Miller, who's the current president. And it's our great pleasure to present 2 awards from CCEAM. We only appoint fellows of the organization. And obviously, being a fellow of a prestigious organization is the highest honor you can receive. Normally, at a CCAM conference, it's done with a lot of pomp and ceremony and academic robes and gowns and hoods and all of the accoutrements, so you will have to make up for that by the warmth of this gathering tonight, and I'm sure we will. The recipients have the right to put after their name more letters, as if they don't have enough. They can put FCCEAM, the Fellow of the Commonwealth Council of Educational Administration and Management. We have 2 awards to present tonight, and the first one is to Hawa Imam. Paul's going to read the citation for us. Come on up. You might as well be embarrassed while he reads.
Thank you, colleagues. Professor Hawa Imam is a highly reputed and dedicated teaching professional in the Faculty of Education at the University of Abuja in Nigeria. Her acute interest in promoting education was instrumental in establishing the Institute of Education in the University of Abuja and is credited in building students' leadership and managerial capacities. During her professional career, she has held leadership positions as Dean, Faculty of Education, Director of Consultancy Services, and as Director of the Center for Gender Security Studies and Youth Advancement. As a scholar, she has more than 40 publications, as well as numerous national and international presentations and keynote addresses. Professor Hawa Imam has been a member of the Commonwealth Council for Education, Administration and Management since she presented a paper at the Sydney Conference in 2010. Professor Hawa Imam is also a member of a number of other learned societies and professional associations, including the Nigerian Academy of Education, the British Educational Leadership Administration Society, BELMAS, and a large number of Nigerian associations. She holds fellowship from the Nigerian Association of Educational Administration and Planning, NIAP, which was awarded in 2018, a fellowship from the Chartered Institute of Administration in 2007, and awards from the Law Society of the University of Lagos, and award for excellence from the NUSA University in Abuja, as well as excellence awards for her work with students. She is an active member of International Research Network since 2011. Colleagues, there is no doubt Professor Hawa Imam is a most deserving recipient of the high honor of Fellow of the Commonwealth Council for Educational Administration. And therefore, it is upon this authority that both Carolyn and I, as President and Vice President and incoming President, admit Professor Hawa Imam to the Fellowship of the Commonwealth Council for Educational Administration and Management.
Come on Yep. Oh, open it, yeah. Sure. Paul didn't say that Hawa has also published children's books and television programs, so that she's a very accomplished scholar. Our second award of Fellow of Commonwealth Council of Educational Administration and Management is being presented to Dr. Ken Breen. And Ken, if you'd come up. I should say while he's coming, we don't have 16 letters for either of these candidates because our process is different, and we ask for nomination letters from 3 different affiliates of the Commonwealth Council, and then we write the citation for them. Dr. Kenneth Breen is an accomplished academic. He's an associate professor at the University of New Brunswick and received the Faculty of Education's Merit Award in 2019. With over 50 academic and professional publications, his research interests include educational law, policy, governance, professional learning communities, roles of principals and vice principals, parental involvement in education, and distance education. He has extensive international networks and has given many keynote and invited presentations. He is the book review editor for the Journal of Leadership and Policy in Schools, as on other journal editorial boards and reviews for many journals. Ken has served CCEAM for several decades and has been an executive member since 2010. His first presentation for CCEAM was in Cyprus in 2006. He has been vice president from 2012 to 14, president, and in 2022, still serves on the executive with special expertise in constitutional matters. His wise and patient counsel to CCM over the years has been of great benefit in moving the organization forward during some very challenging times. Ken has played a major role in the CCM conference in New Brunswick, Canada, and in the affiliate conferences, for example, in India and Jamaica. He also participated in the Conference of the Commonwealth Ministers of Education, representing CCAM in 2015, in the Bahamas in 2020, and in meetings of the coordinating committee for the scheduled meeting in 2021, which, as you all know, was canceled. Dr. Breen's service to the profession extends beyond CCAM, most notably with his membership and extensive work with the Canadian Association for the Study of Educational Administration, CASIA, where he has served as vice president, president, and past president again. In 2020, he was a well-deserving recipient of the CASIA Distinguished Award. He has also been a director of the Canadian Association for the Practical Study of Law in Education, a member of the CSSE, the Canadian Society for the Study of Education, and a member of BELMAS as well. Moreover, Dr. Breen is tireless in his mentoring work as well as his service to the profession, including reviewing for many organizations. But being an academic does not fully define Ken. He is also active in the community as a member of his church and diocesan council. Moreover, he's a valued and trusted colleague whose counsel the executive of CCAM has relied on over the years. There is no doubt he is a most deserving recipient of the high honor of Fellow of the Commonwealth Council of Educational Administration. And President Paul Miller will present Ken's award. need to say it's a special honor for me to present this award to Ken, because when I received the CASIA Distinguished Service Award in, I don't know, 2008 or something, he presented it to me. So congratulations again, Ken. Whoops, yeah.
Colleagues, there is just one other item from me before I cede the floor. And it's a special award presented by the Institute for Educational Administration and Leadership Jamaica, the IELJ, which is an affiliate of the CCM. The Institute for Educational Administration and Leadership Jamaica, or IELJ, has two awards: the Best Thesis Prize Award and the Fellowship. The Fellowship honors those who have furthered the theory or practice of educational administration, management, and/or leadership, or those who have worked to further the interests of the IELJ through other forms of support and/or leadership. In other words, we don't only award the fellowship to people who contribute to the theory and practice in the field, but to the development of the organization. This awardee, based in the UK, has been an ardent supporter of the IELJ. For example, in 2003, when the IELJ applied to BELMAS for a financial grant to bring teachers and school leaders from Jamaica to the UK on a study tour and capacity building exercise, after what seemed like months of negotiation, he helped both the executive of BELMAS and council to undo the knot in its thinking in order to bring this award, to make this award possible. Having won that argument, he was now tasked with getting a grant of £5,000 to Jamaica, and he did. A couple of years later, in 2019, he would again support BELMAS Council's thinking in signing a memorandum of understanding with the IELJ with no end date, in recognition of what had become a strategic international relationship and partnership for both organizations. No good deed goes unnoticed. For these and other reasons, the IELJ considers him a friend, not only of its work and ambitions, but also a friend of Jamaica. Colleagues, for those reasons, on behalf of the President and Council, it is my great honor to admit Richard Davis to the Fellowship of the Institute for Educational Administration and Leadership, Jamaica.